Hello, hello, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. Let's use a rationing manual, just so that I don't have to eat double food. Let's look at our substats real quick. We could go with crit food or direct hit food. I'll go with crit food. It'll help my dot out more. Picking bananas. Although not that I'm going to be using that too much. And we want to go on Samurai just for the fact that we want to kill things quickly. Hell yeah, I'm ready. Let's proceed, baby. Oh, excuse me.
I see you, soil bearers.
Looks like a bunch of healers. One of them's got a black hood for some reason, though.
The soil has been scattered, and the steppe reborn! Sanctified and unbound, she calls for a new Han! Go forth and claim her, Dothal, and bring death to all who bar your way!
I like red skin on my Ora. Almost all my Oras have orangish to red skin when I make them.
It begins, Grandmother.
I must say, it's been a while. Is everyone ready?
A samurai is always ready! You shall remember this soon enough once I have taken to the field.
So we take on all comers, and then it's off to Doma. I can't wait. Thank you, my friends. Upon the soil of one and all shall our deeds be inscribed.
To triumph in the Naadam, you and your allies must race from Moalo towards the Uvo in the distance, while fending off attacks from other tribes. Once you arrive at the Uvo, you must claim it for the mole, but be warned that the warriors of other tribes can do so as well, and only the first will be crowned Han. Prevent your opponents from claiming the Uvo, and endure their assault to win the Naadam for the mole.
Grant us favor, O Mother of the Dusk, and to victory guide them all.
She has black limbo rings. Because it makes the, or like greenish yellow eyes stand out more. I heard my hotbar change. What is the meaning of this? Oh, we're riding our yoles into battle. That's pretty majestic. What are those marks above their heads?
Forward! Forward!
Don't remember those being a thing. I guess they added those in. Now, you could stand and fight these guys, but there's no reason to do that, because this isn't where the Ovo is. So, you know, just keep going. There it is. There's our prize. Might have been insane of me to do what I've done. Coming to face them by myself. but there's great honor in it. Oh, they're immune to slow. How about that? But they're not immune to my blade. I may have erred. Maybe I should have come on tank. Your other allies are supposed to be here, by the way. Oh, there's Ian. Just standing there like a bump on a log. Sure thing. Uh-oh, there's Magni. It was me, you fool. Who else do you think would strike down hundreds of warriors at once? You came as I knew you would, for you too are a warrior of the steppe. I salute you, traveler, and should be honored to face you alone, but the Dethral thirst for blood and will suffer no duels. Bear witness, Father Azim, the soil shall drink deep of blood this day. Sure, I'll gladly punk your ass.
Rise, brothers of the sun!
Ah, good luck,
Know your
Serena.
place.
Ah.
Hearken to the Chaos Brothers!
See, is Magni immune to slow? I would assume so, but...
In death do our souls sing!
Oh, no you don't. You little hoochie.
Bow down before me!
Leave this one to me!
Get wrecked, scrub!
The sun cannot be extinguished.
Well, it just was. Even nuclear fission has its limits. Well, yeah, fission and fusion for that matter.
Is not enough!
Yeah, sure. As soon as I get rid of these annoyances. I'll take that. Just like that, we win the Naadam.
The steppe has spoken. Then the Han is.
Not an hurrah, that's for sure.
The Maul have won. The Dawn Throne is ours.
We did it. And you, my friend, you were magnificent. Magnificent and, not a little terrifying.
Well, you did stand back and watch me kill wave after wave of men.
What a strange tale this has become. To think I suffered them to live.
You wouldn't have been able to kill us if you'd tried.
On your guard, Utun. The wind warns of men in iron.
You can smell that? I suppose it would be distinct. Oh, hey! She did send him out to get us.
I thought I'd find you here, Eorzean! Dearest of all my enemies. Today's the day I finally get to kill you. And then they'll give me a shiny medal and my choice of posting. Bloody perfect it is!
Oh, please.
Well, go on then! Kill him! Kill them all!
Dearest of all his enemies, eh? Congratulations. Hearken to me, honored warriors of the steppe! Our enemies intrude upon this sacred ground! Have you yet the strength to oppose them?
You forget to whom you speak, Doman. We are the Undying Ones. We are Dothal!
If this be the will of the Mole and their Han, so be it. The sun shall abide by the law of the steppe.
You're British just leaking out there, voice actor. Gotta go with the Conan the Barbarian line. I wonder if that line is the same in Japanese. Now, I could fight him, but my favorite thing to do is to race to killing this tank.
Time to get serious!
I don't remember it having such shallow amounts of HP.
This blow shall end you!
Alright. Let's put down Grinawat now.
For you, Father!
What's he doing? It looks like a limit break.
Let us be about it!
Oh! Holy shit! And you see, he does that to the tank if you ignore the tank.
Let naught be left in our wake!
But I prefer that he does it to Grinywat, because when he does it to Grinywat, you know, its effect is it instantly kills whatever he hits with it.
How it burns!
Kill or die!
30 seconds until Saito completes the ritual of falling dust. You think these Imperials would learn? I mean, at least they're smart enough to know what they gotta do, but... Grinawat is still speaking even though he's been defeated.
I hate you! I hate you!
Not even close, buddy. Not even close. You got pimp smacked by Heian, of all things. Ugh.
Impossible! He was there for the taking! What do I have to do?
Get some armor upgrades, maybe? Get some new weapons?
I need more men, more weapons, more power! Ah!
As if we'd lose to the likes of him. And we're only gonna get stronger. Stronger and stronger until we're strong enough to take back everything they stole.
Not the most eloquent of ways of putting it, but yes. Yes, we are.
I have kept my promise, Serena. They are yours to command.
No, they're mine to command. But we can't have the warrior light having voice lines or anything. That wouldn't make him feel like you're a character.
Brothers and sisters of the Steppe, the Naadam is ended, and we Mol now claim the Dawn Throne. No demands shall we make of you, save these. Heed our comrades' words, and honor the law of the Steppe.
Before I fought for the Mol, I fought for my homeland, for Doma.
To Doma, would you have us go to fight your war and win your freedom? Very well. The battlefield matters not, nor else the enemy. In battle do our souls burn bright. And better the Mol's law than that of the sun. Arrogant and foolhardy were their pronouncements. Already you and yours show better sense.
The sun shall answer your call, Doman. Wild as the wind the Atun and her brood may be, but they will deliver you naught. We will deliver you your kingdom.
Weak and few as we are, the Mol will fight for Doma too, if you will have us.
Well then, I believe naught remains but to return to Doma at the head of a Zayla army, my lord. I cannot wait to see the look on Yulgiri's face.
Nor I. We shall depart as soon as our forces are assembled and rejoin our comrades. And then, my friends, we shall bring freedom to the people of Doma!
Hell yeah! And it's raining again. Insolvency with a smile. I like Ian. Glory to the Han. Ian has what can best be described as a shite-eating grin. Tumulan. But I gotta get all that sweet dialogue in for my LP, man. Sure. I'll do it again. Why not? Did a beep bop beep beep bop. Well, you mean when you saw me fly past everything and go straight for the Uvuo, and then I cut down wave after wave of men? And women? Victory pose, huh? I don't remember me doing one, but here you go. This is the Samurai's victory pose. It's pretty snappy, if I do say so myself. Aye, that's the stuff of legends. That's what the Han is in all his splendor. Praise be to the Han and to the gods for guiding him to us. Glory to the Han and his comrades forever and forever. 100 years, the Han. Sure did. Morin Kur, a traditional instrument of our people. The feats of our greatest heroes like Bardam and Chaka are preserved in song. Yours too will live on for years to come. Perhaps one day you might learn how to play it. But even if not, you may look on the Morin Kur and remember this time, this place, as we will when we hearken to the music. Let's get on Dark Knight now so we can get it up to level 67. I hope so. And in Crimson they walked. Okay. Another gift wrap surprise item, huh? Aww. This music that plays reminds me of some Triumph music from Skies of Arcadia. Nama made us for war, Elise. Ever since we came into this world, we have fought. In the Naadam, blood was shed and lives were lost. Brown earth was stained crimson and Zayla wept. But crimson is the dusk and the dawn, death and rebirth, an ending to mark a new beginning. We who are born are destined to die. As the seasons turn, we are born again. Thus spoke the first. So you see, we harbor no hatreds. The Naadam is the Naadam, and what comes after is what comes after. If you say so, the Dawn Throne first, then. Must get more dialogue. Bird looks kind of like he had a mohawk. Got a mohawk bird. Oh, we're over 40,000 HP with food. Pretty nice. Well, I did kill a lot of them. The sun is disinclined to entertain you at length. Speak your purpose in coming. Humble as ever. Should I be humble in the presence of inferiors? I am a child of Azim, and you are not. Your triumph in the Naadam does not raise you to such heights. Batu will not be joining us. He was wounded in the Naadam. His hurts are grave and he requires rest, but he will walk again in time. Though it is no business of yours, such pity does not become a Han. We are not allies, travelers, far from it. The Naadam will come again, and with it our rule. I say again, why have you come? To bid us surrender the Dawn Throne to the Mole? Nay, the Mole are beholden to the will of the gods, and they would not have us reside here. The Oranir and the Buduga may remain. We are for Yangxia, and wish to speak your part in the coming war. Ah, the Domans and the Iron Men. I remember our pact. Sound the call, and the Orinir will answer. Full glad am I to hear it. We have preparations to attend to, but we'll send for you soon. The gods are kind. I am sure the Orinir will prove a great boon in the days to come. Of the dusk, a maiden gentle and ethereal, a dancer in the morning mist, and a warrior besides. Look into my eyes, child. See you, Azim? Are you my Nama? I guess I should have read that with some more oomph, because the exclamation points. I know not what of what you speak, Brother Magni, but I am certain you are mistaken quite. We should get going right now. Am I fated to live my life as a sun without a moon? Is there no Nama for me? Aw, man. It's kind of funny, like a lot of women play this game, and so they like think Magni is ridiculous, and like that his advances, you know, are silly and like dumb and, you know, all other manner of, you know, basically pathetic. And that just pisses me off because, you know, so many women do not ever make the first move on their guys. Like, I know that's become more common, slightly, these days, but it's not common enough in the States to be a, you know, like, to warrant people actually making fun of somebody who's just trying to, you know, that's his culture's way of men pursuing women. Like, that's the question he asks, basically. Like, that's his culture. That's how he's been taught to look for a wife. And it's certainly a lot better than, you know, hey, baby, you know, did it hurt when you fell out of heaven? You know, like, I don't know. I find him sad and relatable, other than the fact that, you know, he's sort of like a tyrant. But I mean, maybe I would feel differently if I were a warlord. You know, there's always a limit to how much you can relate with fantasy characters, but that aspect of him humanizes him a lot in my eyes, because it's a very common story trope. Like, it's like one of Superman's main conflicts that actually matters to him. Will he ever be able to tell Lois Lane how he feels? And if he does, will she, you know, want him? At least in the animated series. I don't think they played it up so heavily in the movies. I think in the movies he winds up marrying her and having kids. But movies have to resolve themselves quickly. Now that means that some of the Dothar fight while they're pregnant. She called Gosetsu a demon. But what of Clyde, who cut down wave after wave of men as though they were nothing? Oh, that's a feeling I'll never know. Pregnancy. My girlfriend says that she will never want kids. And to be honest, I sort of envy her, even the fact that she has the choice. That's another thing that, while men may never understand that, you know, what it's like to have a kid, you know, women will never understand the, you know, well, some will, because of, you know, sometimes defects and things. Some women can't have kids, but in a general sense, most women won't ever know what it's like to just never have the option. Like, unless your partner says they want kids, unless it's accidental, you don't get kids. Like, and that's just something I have to, you know, take on the chin. Now, you can always come back and visit. If you try to come to this passage earlier, there's a giant boulder here. Oh, it's red. Wait, is this a banner of the Mole Tribe? It is not the most practical of gifts, but we nevertheless wish to present it to you. We do not fully understand what has befallen Doma or your homeland, at least, but I do understand that you and yours have suffered terribly. The Mole placed their faith in the gods, and in turn they shepherd us. They watch over and keep us. We pray they show you the same favor. As it was in the Naadam, blood will be shed, your lands engulfed in a storm of fire and steel. Yet as it did here, it shall mark a new beginning there. May you ever walk in crimson, for in crimson there is life, there is liberation. A lot of people want Serena and Hien to get together. If I had to choose two characters to force together with kissy faces, it would be Hien and Lise. Oh, look, a rainbow. Actually saw one of those in real life the other day. It was actually a slight double rainbow. Alrighty then. Let's be about it. I won't get quite as far as I'd like to in this recording, but well, we got the entirety of the Naadam, and we're entering the northern half of Yanxia. Well, it's north of the House of the Fierce. We couldn't come here before because they had the doors sealed off. Which is really just a convenient excuse to have you not, you know, be unable to come up here. But also, I guess, you could view it as they were keeping the House of the Fierce hidden, because it's just so much closer to Doma Castle, which is where the Imperials have more or less set up shop. Lots of crystals back here. They remind me of the Magicite formations in Final Fantasy XI. And you also got wild Namazu that are called Ibisu catfish. And it's Yeah, they're actually just wild Namazus. It'd be nice if we had some Zayla walking behind us already.
Brothers
Hey.
and sisters, pray forgive me my absence. It has been far too long.
They got the 8th ride up and running.
Lord
Like this-
Hien. Gosetsu told us of your trials and tribulations on the steppe. Would that I'd been present to witness your victory, my lord.
Our victory, Yugiri, owed as much to each of my stalwart comrades as it did to me. Now rise. I will not suffer this excess of formality any longer. Alphino and Alizé Levieux, I presume. I'm told we owe you much. It is a pleasure to meet you both.
The pleasure is ours, Lord Hien. Though we were born and raised a world apart, our values are one and the same. Freedom, justice, liberty. Each of which Doma shall soon enjoy once more.
Hopefully. I understand you have brought an army.
Indeed. The Zayla tribes of the Azim Steppe have pledged their military might to the cause.
Good. We, meanwhile, have secured the support of the Confederacy and a not insignificant number of your countrymen.
All right.
The Blue Kojin, too, have expressed a willingness to join the fight, provided you agree to certain trade agreements following the liberation of Doma.
So we got 3 whole zones of people and
The
beastmen.
shinobi will render what aid they can. However, Suino Sato refused to answer our call.
No matter. What forces we have amassed far exceed my original expectations. You have my thanks.
You should know that Xenos departed Doma not long after you left to find Lord Hien. We know not the reason why, but it would seem he was eager to return to Gir Abania.
What? Have you heard anything from the Resistance? There hasn't been another attack, has there?
Tataru assures me they are quite well. You need not worry. If anything, this turn of events would seem to be to our advantage.
But there the good news ends. Yotsuyu retains her position as acting viceroy, and we have reports that the garrison at Doma Castle is preparing for a massive operation. We suspect that the Empire's attempt to eliminate you on the steppe may have been a prelude to a larger effort to purge the remaining pockets of resistance within Doma.
The hour of reckoning is upon us.
The Han has spoken, and I, for one, am not inclined to argue. In this place, in this moment, I call upon you all. 25 years of oppression, of tyranny, of shame. It ends with us. We will prevail.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will. Gotta get pumped. Although first we're gonna be given some quests to get us up, you know, to 67, because following the formula of dungeons, you know, it's... What kind of code is that? Hakuko Dogi? I wonder if that's out of PvP or something. I would assume that it is.
If all are in agreement, I will outline my plan to retake Doma Castle. First, Lys and the Doman Irregulars will conduct a series of raids against Imperial targets throughout the surrounding area, with the aim of drawing the garrison's attention. Shortly thereafter, our Zayla allies will launch a surprise attack on the castle's airborne defenses.
I might sneeze.
In this way, we will prevent the enemy's airships from rendering support and cut off one means of escape.
Jeez.
Alize and I, together with the shinobi, will exploit the ensuing chaos to infiltrate the moon gates and disable the Magitech field generators. Once the barrier is down, we will be free to cross the One River and reach Doma Castle. It is at this point that we must turn to our Confederate and Kojin allies. They will commence to bombard the castle with cannon fire, while sailing west towards the Doman Enclave.
Wait, the Enclave? Why would you want them to sail away from the castle?
Because the Enclave is home to countless civilians. Once pressed, the Imperials may well think to take them hostage, and I would fain forestall any such attempt. After we have secured the Enclave, we may lay siege to Doma Castle directly. The main strength of the Doman Liberation Front, under Lord Hien's command, shall be committed to this endeavor, as will you and your redoubtable allies. The rest is simple. We scour the castle for the Viceroy, we find her, and we subdue her. Without their leader, what remains of the Imperials' morale will crumble, and they will surrender or attempt to flee. And Doma will be free.
Seems legit.
Your thoughts, Lord Hien? If any points were unclear or gave you cause for concern, I should be glad to go over them with you.
Nay, 'tis a fine plan. You have a talent for this. That much is plain. We shall carry out Alphino's plan to the letter. Time is of the essence, as you know, so let us each see to our respective preparations. Carry on.
Ian's got good sense. I like him. Oh, okay, yeah, because I can teleport. That makes sense. Not everyone can teleport, so... Oh, I guess I should go talk to Alice before I teleport. Yes, we will. Kugane. I wonder why they opted to call what's, supposed to represent Japan Hingashi. Because I'm pretty sure in native Japanese, Japan is referred to as Nippon. Nippon, or whatever. And I find it curious, that the words aren't even similar as far as I know. I mean, then again, China is Yangtze, and... Wait a minute. Am I not a high enough level to complete this quest on Dark Knight? Do I gotta switch over to Samurai? Son of a gun. Samurai's the only job high enough to accept to end this quest. Sad times. Gonna have to catch the other jobs up. But I told you, story experience points would run out. They are not endless. They're basically enough to sort of grease the wheels on one job as you go up, not 4. So between recordings, I'm gonna have to, really have to, you know, pick up the pace, do some roulettes and stuff. She's dressing like she's from the East. That's a good look on her. Of course we do. Black hair, short, terribly helpful in Kugane, I know. A cheery sort, wearing bright colors as I recall. Well, maybe we can at least get done with this Kugane portion before we run out of this recording. I didn't think the jump to level 67 happened so shortly after stuff, but... I guess it did. I guess it happened. For some reason, I remember this quest taking place a little bit further north. But it's been a long time. I suppose they could have changed the thing. That guy's wearing like reddish orange. I guess that could be considered a bright color. Maybe. And that guy's drunk, apparently. Overworked seems to be the case, and he's wearing red as well. Well, that seems to have done the trick. I don't know why I would deliver... Since I came to get Cid's parcel, I don't know why I would deliver it to Tataru, but... I guess we're gonna deliver it to Tataru. Maybe it's not Cid's parcel, though. Maybe it's... misdirected woo. Yep, I'll get up in them offices. I'll get up in them offices good. You know they considered it. You know they considered it. Alright. Seems legit. Seems legit. We'll go as far as we can into the story today. And then I guess I'll need to get some sleep. And then later, well, depending on if I can get Dark Knight up to level 67 or not, we may continue on to the... I want to at least get Dark Knight up to level 67 because I'd like to tank the next dungeon. And the next dungeon is coming, I tell you. We're already level for it. So it's a coming. It's a coming. See, look, even though I use teleportation and, you know, barely a few hours passed, they're acting like several days have passed. And that's one thing that really doesn't, you know, communicate well with the gameplay. What does this gunblade look like? What? The Sam Hill? There's not even a gun on that thing. I mean, there's sort of like a revolver barrel. Yeah, whatever. Speak what I'll say, yeah. Hey, baby. Ah, she said, far be it from me to refuse you. Go north, huh? Well, that's where we came from. But... okay. Please ignore that my wings would not fit through this door. Please ignore, please ignore, please ignore. Valley of the Fallen Rainbow. I guess that's what they call it because of the crystal formations. Well, I see a ton of crystals. You know what we haven't had in a while? We haven't had an echo vision. Like, when we met the Zayla, you know, no echo visions. When we... like, when was the last time we had an echo vision? I'm trying to think, and for the life of me, I can't come up with anything. Oh, looks like Alice had to kill a tiger.